Hey everybody, it's Mama OG. I am back with another donation request. Tonight I am listening to Rush, Xanadu, live in Montreal in 1981. This was requested by Todd F. Todd, thank you once again. I appreciate all the amazing suggestions. This song title sounds familiar. I've definitely seen this song title when it comes to Rush, but I don't know if I've heard the song or not. If I have heard the song, I have not seen or heard this live version. I haven't watched a lot of live Rush. Rush is a band that I prefer their studio stuff. I did do a compilation on my other channel. I did Tom Sawyer, a first time reaction compilation. And I also did the Spirit of Radio. And I also did Neil Peart's drum solo in Frankfurt as a compilation. That was probably one of the hardest ones I ever did. But that's about the closest I've come to seeing a live performance from Rush of any kind. I might have seen snippets here and there, but I just, with like Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and some of those bands, if I'm hearing a song from them for the first time, I prefer to hear a studio version. It's how I would have heard it for the first time back in the day or off of the album. Here we are in 2025, so let's go ahead and give it a listen. Sounding, I'm sorry to stop it already. I need to find out what album this was on. There's two albums that I listened to quite a bit when I was younger, Moving Pictures and 2112. I've heard every song on both of those albums, and so if this is on either one of those, then I've probably heard it. Oh, Farewell of Kings. Okay. So I am not familiar with that album. Okay, let's rewind it a little. Keep going. Still, it's sounding a little bit familiar, but did I? Maybe it's just some of the sounds that are sounding familiar. It's Alex. Neil using all his bells. That sound he's making on that guitar is so cool. don't know what the technical name is for two necks on a guitar, double guitar. I don't know. But that's interesting. Something I thought of when I was sitting here watching this is how I always comment of there's three geniuses in this band and how they have such a full sound. And it's interesting watching them live now because I can kind of see how they perform these songs myself with my own eyes. So this is definitely an interesting aspect. This song sounds vaguely familiar so far, just when they started really getting going. But if I have heard it, I probably haven't heard the whole thing. Definitely haven't heard it more than a couple of times, a few times in passing. Let me rewind it a little bit and let's keep going. It's definitely got a Rush sound to it. They're perfectly in sync there. Playing on the top. Listen to that drum line, my God. Listening to my bass, they're all just so good. I just want to rewind it and hear that drum part again. I think it was right here. Louise. Listen to that. And I hear that Getty's bass. Stick trick.
To seek the sacred river. The caves of ice could break my fast on honeydew and drink the milk of paradise. I heard the whispered tales of immortality.
Okay, this song is not sounding familiar now. I'm thinking maybe it's just their sound. It's sounding familiar. I should have done this before I started listening, but I'm going to just do a little reading on the song itself. 1977 album, Farewell to Kings. It's approximately 11 minutes long, beginning with a 5-minute long instrumental section before transitioning to a narrative written by Neil Peart, which in turn was inspired by the Samuel Taylor Coleridge poem Kubla Khan. Okay. I think I read that. Now I need to look into this. Completed in 1797. A Vision in a Dream fragment. Poem was composed one night after he experienced an opium-influenced dream after reading a work describing Xanadu, the summer capital of Mongol-led Yuan dynasty of China, founded by Kublai Khan. Upon waking, he set out to write lines of poetry that came to him from the dream until he was interrupted by a person on business from Porlock. In Pierce's lyrics, the narrator describes searching for a place called Xanadu that will grant him immortality. After succeeding in this quest, 1,000 years pass, and the narrator is left waiting for the world to end, describing himself as a mad, immortal man. I could imagine, as much as I'm not ready to go in life, I don't know if I could imagine living 1,000 years either. The song is based on the poem Kublai Khan, written by Samuel. Although the song does not explicitly state where Xanadu is, it references to Kublai Khan imply that it is a mythical place based on Chengdu, the historical summer capital of the Mongol Empire. Okay. All right, so I'm going to rewind it where he starts singing. And let's keep going. Just halfway through.
To seek the sacred river out. To seek the sacred river out, to walk the caves of ice, to break my fast on honeydew, and drink the milk of paradise.
Majestic music.
I heard the whispered tales of immortality, a deepest mystery, from an ancient book out to the blue. I scale the frozen mountain tops of eastern lands unknown, time and land alone, searching for the lost Xanadu.
Damn. Yeah, I don't think I know this song after all.
To stand within the pleasure dome, decreed by Kublai Khan, to taste anew the fruits of life, the last immortal man, to find a sacred river left, to walk the caves of ice. I will dine on honeydew, and drink the milk of paradise.
That's cool. Leaning on each other. And then there's that part where they're in sync again. Right here. Highlights.
1,000 years have come and gone, the time has passed me by. Stars stop in the sky, frozen in an everlasting
Mm. Now him and Neil are in sync.
Held within a pleasure dome, decreed by Kubla Khan. To taste my bitter triumph as a mad immortal man. Nevermore shall I return, escape these caves of ice. Fire, thine own honey doom, none got the milk of paradise. Oh, is it paradise?
Okay, how's he doing that? He's got an acoustic sound on that guitar, but I'm hearing a distorted electric guitar too. I mean, it's probably something to do with this double-necked guitar. I'm sure it has to be. Or maybe there's some pedal that he's doing it with. He's doing something with his knobs. And now he's... Yeah, I'm definitely hearing two guitars. Maybe there's a recording. It's a rhythm. Man, Alex is a beast as well. It's gotta be like a pre-recorded. He's got a traditional. He's holding sticks, like military or traditional. I don't know the proper name. Wow. That was amazing. I'm glad I finally watched a full live performance from them. You know, a couple of things I want to say. Let me know what was going on with those guitars. I didn't see anybody playing rhythm guitar, but I very clearly heard it as he was doing other things. So I'm wondering, like I had mentioned it in reaction to the warning, how there was only 3 of them, but they had such a full sound. And I compared that to Rush because there's only 3 of them and they always have such a full sound for it just being 3 people. You guys had explained that there's a lot of pre-recorded tracks that they have and that she's got pedals that have pre-recorded guitar parts. So, I mean, I know this was 1981. I just wondered, is it the same situation when they played live? Did they have stuff like that going on? I just am not knowledgeable of the technology. The other thing I wanted to say was that about 6 days ago was the 5th year anniversary of Neil's passing. This is one of my partner's favorite bands, and we kind of had a moment that day and thought about him, and it's just so strange being our age and all these greats that we grew up listening to are gone. One thing that somebody said in comments that I read recently on one of my other reactions was how a lot of people that react to these, to Rush today, they make, you know, positive comments about Getty's voice, but like back in the day, it was such a different and unique voice for a male voice that a lot of people didn't really jive with it, to be honest. That wasn't the case for me. I quite like his voice, always have. But I had many friends, acquaintances that just completely wrote the band off for his voice alone. Certainly their loss, but it is funny how times have changed, and people that hear the music for the first time and hear him sing for the first time are like, wow, his voice, they like it. So that's interesting. This is definitely what I expected from this amazing band. In this song, I thought maybe I had heard it. It sounded a little familiar in parts, but I'm thinking it was just some of the sounds they were making that were familiar to me as being Rush, a Rush sound. The song itself and when it got going and when he was singing, none of that sounded familiar to me at all. This was a good one. I quite enjoy all of their stuff for the most part. It has like a story to it and like a mystical, big picture surrounding it. Todd, thank you so much for this one. It was amazing, as I knew it would be. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.
Behave. Good dog.